Greetings, my name is Gigi. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Let's Build, the channel where I build a Lego set and time it to accompanying media. How much of a game, show, or film will it take to complete the set? To find out, let's build. Today's build is the Brick Headz series Lucky Cat versus Doodle Champions Island games. Now you may be wondering why I chose the Doodle Champion Island game to play in accompanying this Lucky Cat that we're going to build. Well, this is an online RPG-style doodle game developed by the Doodle team at Google in collaboration with Studio 4 Degrees Celsius. The game was released July 23, 2021, and was made mainly to commemorate the events of the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. It was made as an homage to classic 16-bit Japanese video games and culture such as folklore. The story of the game is that Lucky, a feline athlete, arrives on Champion Island by boat where a festival is taking place. During the festival, there are various sports competitions being held. Lucky's goal is to challenge the champions, 7 mighty athletes who each are the masters of a single sport: archery, artistic swimming, skateboarding, climbing, table tennis, rugby, and running a marathon. Lucky must win every game to become the ultimate champion and win the Champion Island Games. Some history for the Lucky Cat. The Maneki Neko, or beckoning cat, is a common Japanese figure, which is often believed to bring good luck to the owner. In modern times, they are usually made out of ceramic or plastic. The figurine depicts a cat, traditionally a calico Japanese bobtail, with a paw raised in a beckoning gesture. The figurines are often displayed in shops, restaurants, pachinko parlors, dry cleaners, laundromats, bars, casinos, hotels, nightclubs, any other businesses, generally near the entrance, as well as in households. I personally have one that is a piggy bank. It was given to me as a gift, and I love it. Some Maneki Neko are equipped with a mechanical paw which slowly moves back and forth. They come in different colors and styles and vary in degrees of detail. Common colors are white, black, red, and gold. In addition to statues, they can be found in the form of keychains, piggy banks, air fresheners, pots, and various other items. Sometimes the Maneki Neko are referred to as lucky cats or calling cats. They are traditionally depicted seated, holding a koban coin, with one paw raised in a beckoning gesture. To some Westerners, it may seem as if the Maneki Neko is waving rather than beckoning. This is due to the difference in gestures and body language recognized by some Westerners and the Japanese. The Japanese beckoning gesture is made by holding the hand up, palm down, and repeatedly folding the fingers down and back, thus the cat's appearance. Some Maneki Neko, made specifically for Western markets, will have the cat's paw facing upwards in a beckoning gesture that is more familiar to most Westerners. They can be found with either the right or left paw raised, sometimes both. The significance of the right or left paw raised differs from time and place. A statue with a left paw raised is to get more customers, while the right paw raised is to get more money. Hence, it is also said that the one with left paw is for business, and the one with the right paw raised is for the home. Battery and solar-powered Maneki Neko are a modern iteration. These sources of power use a simple circuit that regulates a current going through a coil, and the electromagnetic field subsequently pushes a magnet mounted to the end of the waving arm. Antique examples can be carved out of wood, stone, and metal, and are handmade porcelain or cast iron. Originally, the Maneki Neko were white, but over the years, with the combination of feng shui, different color variations are born. The original white color is to get good luck and overall good fortune, while black is to ward off evil, red is for good health, yellow or gold is for wealth, and pink is for romance. It is commonly believed that the Maneki Neko originated in Tokyo, or as it was known in Edo, or sometimes Kyoto. It is a common theory that the Maneki Neko as figurines originated from Imedo ware Asakusa during the Edo period. During the Tensho era, of the Azuchi Momoyama period, clay suitable for pottery was discovered in Imado in Asakusa, and local people began to make Imado ware. In the Edo period, potters from Mikawa province moved to Imado in Asakusa and further developed Imado ware, and in the Genroku era, Imado dolls were made, which is thought to have given rise to the Maneki Neko. The earliest known record of the Maneki Neko as figurines is the Marashume Neko, a variation of the Maneki Neko made of Imado ware in the late Edo period. One of the earliest records of the Maneki Neko appear in a Chronology of Edo entry dated 1852. There was also the, pardon my pronunciation, Utagawa Hiroshige's Ukiyo-ti, or also painted in 1852, which depicts the Marushime Neko, a variation of the Maneki Neko, being sold at Senshuji Temple in Tokyo. In 1876, during the Meiji era, it was mentioned in a newspaper article, and there is evidence of a kimono-clad Maneki Neko were distributed at a shrine in Osaka during this time. In 1902, an advertisement for the Maneki Neko indicates that by the turn of the century they were popular. There are various folklore in Japan about the origin of the Maneki Neko. Several Buddhist temples and Shinto shrines that appear in folklore are known as birthplaces of the Maneki Neko. These places are Gotokoji, Ji Shinowin Shrine, and the Imado Shrine. The most famous folklore concerns Lee Naotaka during Kenii era of the Edo period, running from 1622 to 1624. On their way back from a falconry, Naotaka's party stopped at a temple to rest after being beckoned by a cat at the temple gate. A violent thunderstorm soon followed, and they marveled at the cat's good fortune and thanked the temple priest for his hospitality. As a result, Gotokoji became the family temple of the Lee clan, and the temple prospered under their patronage. In honor of the cat that brought prosperity to the temple, Maneki Neko was created in later generations. The second folklore concerns Ota Dokan, a warlord of the Marumachi period, running from 1336 to 1573, who later became the first to build an Edo castle. During the battles of, oh my gosh, more pronunciation. I'm sorry, I'm butchering it. The Ikodahara and Numabukuro against the Toshima clan, Doka was outnumbered and lost his way. It was then that a cat appeared and beckoned him in to enter the Jishoin temple, where he later was able to turn the tide of the battle and win the war. Dokkan was so grateful to the cat that he donated a sculpture of the cat to the temple, and the Maneke Neko was created in later generations. A third folklore concerns an old woman who lived near the Imato shrine. She had abandoned her cat out of poverty. One day, the cat came to her in a dream and told her that if she made an ornament of the cat, she would be blessed with good luck. The old woman made an ornament of the cat out of Imato ware, a local specialty, and sold it at the Asuka excuse me, Asakusa shrine, where it became very popular and made her rich, and the Maneke Neko was created. A fourth the fourth folklore concerns a courtesan named, oh my goodness, Usugumo in Yoshiwara during the Genroku era of the Edo period. She was an old courtesan who worked in Miuraya and always carried a cat with her. People rumored that she was a woman bewitched by a demonic cat, and the owner of the Miuraya, oh my goodness, Miuraya, no, anyway, believed the rumor, cut off the cat's head and killed it. The cat's severed head bit a giant snake lurking in the toilet, saving her life. A regular customer gave Usugumo, who was grieving over the cat's death, a wooden carving in the cat's honor, which was imitated and sold in Asakusa, giving rise to the Maneke Neko. According to the folk tale, the operator of an impoverished shop, inn, tavern, temple, or other such places, took in a starving stray cat despite barely having enough to feed himself. In gratitude, the cat sat in front of the store beckoning customers, thus bringing prosperity as a reward to the charitable proprietor. Even after, the beckoning cat has been a symbol of good luck for small business owners. Because of its popularity in Chinese communities, including Chinatowns in the United States, the Maneke Neko is frequently mistaken for being Chinese in its origin rather than Japanese, and therefore sometimes referred to as the Chinese lucky cat or the golden cat. This cat is also prevalent in China domestically and is usually referred to as pinyin, is one of the pronunciations. Okay. Hikone City's mascot, Hikonyan, a famous mascot in Japan, was created based on the folklore of Li Naotaka and the Maneke Neko of Gotokuji Temple. Hikone City is home to Hikone Castle, a national treasure that was the base of the Li clan for generations. Whatever the precise location of the statue's origin, one thing is for sure: the cats bring in good fortune. The reason for their prevalence seems to be linked to their real-life analogues. In 1602, an imperial decree set all cats free in Japan, intending to capitalize on the feline's natural ability for pest control, especially in the sericulture community. After the decline of the silk trade, cats by extension remained as talismans for a business's prosperity. It's more than simple pest control, though. It's taking care of the cat that reaps the rewards. There is a Japanese proverb that goes, "If you kill a cat, it will haunt your family for 7 generations." It is based on a folk belief that cats are revengeful and have longevity beyond human lives. There is a deep-rooted belief in the power of cats. If you look after them, they'll look after you. The prevalence of the cat statues in Japan didn't go unnoticed. In a 1927 book, Animal Motifs in Asian Art, Catherine M. Ball describes maneke neko, usually clay, sometimes paper mache, as a simple and popular form of magic. Okay. These images can be used as an amulet designed to attract business and promote prosperity. It is used to be found at the entrances of restaurants, shops, and where with its ingratiating feline qualities and uplifted paw, it may invite customers in and bid them to enter. It remains unclear how these iconic statues spread outside the islands of Japan to become so well known throughout Asia and the rest of the world. The boom in Japanese pop culture during the cool Japan era of the 80s and 90s coincided with the second wave of Chinese immigration into the U.S., further embedding the maneke neko into mainstream culture. The icons soon found themselves manifesting as multimedia characters in art, fashion, and even video games. This cat mythology has been extended to today's pop culture. In Hayao Miyazaki's anime, The Cat Returns, in which the main character is rewarded for saving a cat. Another example is Meowth, a Pokemon look-alike with a coin on its head, whose special move in English is called Payday, wherein the player can collect extra coins for cash after battle. In shops and businesses across Japan, maneke neko in their original form can still be seen beckoning customers. From a more historic perspective, the Maneke Neko Museum of Art in Okayama showcases a collection of more than 700 lucky cat statues from across the ages. The cats are also celebrated annually in September when the Maneke Neko Festival is held in various cities across the country. There's even a Maneke Neko Dori Street, the Beckoning Cat Street, in Tokoname City, where dozens of ceramic cat statues decorate the street. And in Tokyo, you can head straight to the source at a cat-filled Gotokoji or visit the Imado Shrine, which sells its own take on the maneke neko. In the U.S., those down on their luck can venture to Ohio's Lucky Cat Museum in Cincinnati, which features over 2,000 iterations of the feline icon. But perhaps the best place to see a maneke neko is in its natural habitat, sitting on a cash register, waving at you from the front of a restaurant. The type of maneke neko that sells the most has changed drastically since 2008. From around 2000 to 2007, 90% of the lucky cats sold in Tokoname, one of the pottery towns in the Aichi prefecture, had their left paw up to attract customers, and 10% had their right paw up to beckon money. However, In 2008, when the derivatives disaster almost wiped out the world's economy, known as the Lehman shock in Japan, everything changed. Suddenly, lucky cats with both paws up became popular, and to make sure nobody would interpret both paws up as a gesture meaning I give up, the lucky cat makers created a cat that has one paw slightly higher than the other. Today, 70% of the lucky cats sold have both paws raised to beckon both customers and money. 20% have just the right paw, and 10% have the left paw. As people and companies have adjusted their wishes, the Maneka Neko, always a bellwether of the economy, has adapted to the times. The color is also considered significant, with the calico tricolor cats being considered the luckiest. The cat's welcoming gesture and contented expressions represent the importance of hospitality, kindness, and happiness in Japanese culture. As you can see, our own Maneke Neko has the coin on the, I guess if you're facing the same direction as the cat, then it would be on your right. But if you're facing the cat itself, then it would be on the left. And the arm is positioned in the upward beckoning gesture on the opposite side. So it would be the cat's left facing them, your right. And it is only a Lego piece, so not really palm up or palm down, just a neutral stance. And there you have it. The Maneke Neko is complete. You can see that they did include a little lever there to actually move the arm. Give it a little beckoning gesture there. Coming in with a total time of completion at around 21 minutes and 33 seconds. I hope you enjoyed. Have yourself a wonderful day. Like, subscribe, do all the things for the YouTubes. Goodbye.